Hi, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus with a few of my friends from my school. So yeah, if you guys could just briefly introduce yourself, that would be great. Whoever wants to start can go first.
Hi, I'm Wesley, senior at Jericho High School.
I'm Anjika, also a senior at Jericho High School.
I'm Jennifer, also a senior at Jericho High School.
All right, cool. So the first question I'm gonna ask is just generally, like, what are your guys' feelings about the coronavirus? Are you nervous about it being in your community? Is it upsetting to not be in school or see your friends? I don't know, Jen, if you want to start.
Oh, sure. Yeah, at first it was kind of nice to like have a few days off because I didn't really think it was going to be a big deal. I thought it was just going to be like a few days off and then we're going to go back to school. Everything else is going to get back to normal. But like now it's gone so much worse and so much more severe, and it's making me kind of scared. And now I can't hang out with my friends, and it's really sad. And of course, as seniors, we won't get to spend all of our great moments at like prom and graduation and like senior sunrise and all those like fun moments that you're supposed to have second semester. So it's kind of sad so far.
I feel kind of like helpless because, like, if you're not like a doctor or part of the healthcare community, right, then there's not much you can do besides like supporting businesses and stuff. So I feel like I keep reading that things are getting worse, but there's nothing to do about it besides staying in your house.
Yeah. Wesley?
Yeah, I would say like personally, like as an individual, I don't feel that scared. But I think in terms of like the community, and just like the responsibility of, because like you're not only thinking about yourself, but like even because like I mean we're teenagers, so statistically we're less likely to get sick. But then for us to be able to carry it and then pass it on to someone else is like another kind of like big responsibility that's scary. And um, yeah, I think it's like it's very interesting though to see how people adapt.
Yeah, great. So the next question is, how do you think the media has propelled the situation of COVID-19?
I think in the beginning that there's a lot of like media sensationalization about it,
Yeah.
but like now I see a lot of stuff on like Instagram or TikTok or like Facebook, Twitter stuff, and it's about like how Asians are being mistreated and there's a lot of racism, or that this is like such a big deal and the disease is going to wreak havoc on so many people. So it's like before I didn't really pay attention to it and I kind of like brushed it off, but now I think it's like actually real. And even though media is like covering this COVID-19 a lot, I think it's like it's not like fake news as a lot of people would think it might be. It's actually like probably real. Yeah.
Me like because at first it wasn't like no one really thought of it as that big of a deal, but um, I think like the media has definitely been playing like a right direction in terms of like the virus. I think like their job is to keep politicians like held accountable and like corporations and things like that. And they like report on what they find. And like for those people that are kind of getting those questions, like I know recently on the news, like some politicians fired back at like reporters, like saying like why are you asking these questions? But like I think it's right for them to be asking those things because they're kind of uncovering like the things that aren't like they're maybe falling behind on. Like I recently watched a video of like a politician who like wasn't taking action, and then like the media like blew it up. And like I think it's important to like feature that because it holds people in power with accountability. And I think now it's really important.
Yeah, great. The next question is, what's been your biggest struggle since beginning your self-quarantine after school closed?
Um, for me, I feel like probably everybody just boredom. Because at first I was like, I'm gonna use this time to get really smart. Like before college, I'm gonna become a genius or something, and like learn all these different things. But then I haven't had the same what you call it, like motivation to do that. I want to like draw or like learn a language or do something, and instead I've just been watching Netflix. So
Yeah.
that's not. And also it's weird not being able to volunteer. I can't tutor, like all the normal stuff. And I guess I feel like for me the worst part is not knowing when it's gonna end.
Wesley?
Yeah, I think for me it's like getting on a schedule. Like I'm so used to going to school and then coming home and doing work. But like personally I've had some trouble like sitting down and like wanting to do it. Like I want to either like go downstairs or like go out for a run or like watch TV or like be on my phone or something. And I'm just trying to like figure out how to like get on a schedule. And then like each morning I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 9, I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna get some work done, then lunch, take a break, and then do more work. And it just like has not been that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like personally I've been like learning a bit more about myself too. And I think I've gotten better over like the last week, but I'm still like I'm very kind of schedule oriented, so I'm trying to get back into like a rhythm that kind of works and things like that.
So the last question I'm gonna ask you guys is, what do you think will make of the future of COVID-19 and like kind of like the troubles it's brought upon our country as a whole?
Eventually, I do think that it's going to end someday. I just really hope that we're going to have control over COVID-19 before fall semester of college starts, because it's all going to be our like freshman year, and it's like a really monumental moment for us. So for like a disease to be taking that away is just going to be really heartbreaking. So yeah.
I know like people, or what I was reading is that it could get better in the summer and then it would surge again in the fall. And I guess it could just be a cycle of like every time it comes back, it comes back not as severe until it goes away, something like that. But I don't know how long like this quarantine is gonna last. And the problem is that so many people like they can't afford to just not go to work if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And also a lot of kids rely on resources from school, like for food, and that kind of a thing. So it's not really feasible for people to just put their life on hold, but that's kind of what you have to do. And then also like testing and stuff is still so expensive that a lot of people, I think, right? It's still so expensive that again, it's not feasible for people to get tested, and then they might not be getting the treatment that they need, and instead they're spreading it. So I don't really know what the solution is. I mean, people are talking about sending money directly to people, like $1,000, I believe. So maybe that'll help. But I guess $1,000 only goes so far for so long. Yeah, so I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you guys for allowing me to interview you. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you.